Today we'll be playing dots and boxes, and I will show you how to win the majority of the time. And now we are done. And I've won with 7-2. So let's talk about why that I won. Well, the reason why is because the amount of chains, long chains there were, the number of those was odd. And long chains would be whenever you have 3 squares or more. That's a long chain. So this right here is a long chain. And then this right here is also a long chain, and this right here is not. If this were too long, that would also be a short chain, which don't matter. But since there's 2 here, that means that the first person will have the advantage. So on this board, there are 13 lines. That means it's my turn. So you can see that there were 2 long chains, and that means that the second player, which was me, in red, lost because there were 2 long chains instead of 1 or 3. But mainly you just want 1. So let's show you how to get that 1 long chain. So you have these 5 squares, and the thing is, if you put all of the long chains going through the center, you will only be able to have 1. So you can't have a chain here because that doesn't go through the center. If they all go through this center right here, you will only be able to have 1. If they all do. So if we look at this board, we will see that there are 2 chains. And granted, this does have a 4 that ends here, and this one is 5 that ends with these 2. But the ones that we want to focus on are these 2 chains right here. These chains are 3 long, and they go on the sides. You see these red bars that I have indicated, those are what you want to avoid. Those are threats to make long chains. So the way to eliminate those is very simple. You make a spoke move, and for here it'd be right there. And all of a sudden I have a short chain and another short chain, so now I have 1 long chain left, and I am almost guaranteed to win this game. These are spoke moves, these 8 lines right here. You have edge moves over here on the 4 corners. You have a center square, and then you have sides on the sides. But these spoke moves, these are the important ones, and this is how you will beat the first player if you are playing as the second player. And the best way to use this would be to draw them in, well, I guess it'd be a swastika pattern. So it'd be this one, you skip this one, go to here, then you go to this one, then you skip that and go to this one. So we have these 4, and then you can see that there's a short chain here, a short chain here, a short chain here, and this center is still open. So that means that I can only have 1 long chain, which will help me win. So this board has 12 lines on it. That means it is Shelby's turn. So Shelby, come. But here is still a single long chain, and I should win because there's only 1. This one doesn't matter. So in this board I won because there was 1 long chain. And then I went to this move to force Shelby into making a move in this chain to where I could cash in and get lots of points and win. So whenever you're playing dots and boxes, the second player will always have the advantage, especially if they know this technique. So Shelby, you will now go second, and I will kind of help you what to do. So let's trade markers actually. So I will go here. Okay. So I'm making a threat to make a long chain here. So you can use a spoke move right here or here to block it. So now this short chain is gone, but I'm going to try to make another long chain. Do it over here. So now I'm trying to make a chain here. So you know how to block it? The swastika move. Hi. So now this is also a long chain. Okay? How can I help myself? Let's pretend that I don't know. So I'm just going to hurt myself and just do a spoke move right here. So now, Shelby, you go. So we have one short chain here that doesn't matter, another square here that doesn't matter, but we have a single long chain, a very long chain. It's not completed yet, but it is there. So now at this point, the game is pretty much over for technique, and now it's just a game where you think a few steps ahead. So at this point, Shelby has won because no matter where I go, she will be able to make a square and then complete this chain. So I will go here. So this game is 5-4, and Shelby wins. Now we're going to do one more game where I'm the second player, and Shelby now knows this technique, so she knows what I'm going to be trying to do, and she will try to beat it. And now this game is 7-2, and I have won because I am the second player. The way to win, if you're the second player, is to have an odd amount of chains. If you're the first player, then you want an even amount of chains. And you will have an advantage as the second player because you can play the spoke moves in a swastika pattern, and you are almost guaranteed to win. Unless you make a silly mistake, of course.